Everyone is celebrating the death of the dollar. Be careful what you wish for. I hear the same claims at almost every summit I attend: de-dollarization, a multipolar world, the end of American dominance. And yes, the global order is shifting. No doubt about that. I'm not here to argue for or against. BRICS is expanding. Trade is fragmenting. Power is decentralizing. But for African businesses, this transition will not feel like liberation. It would feel like a storm. Here's the part most people miss. When global systems change, volatility increases. Not temporarily, structurally. If your business imports from China, think about it, and you earn revenue in Cedis, and you service your debt in dollars, you're operating in what I call the kill zone. A single currency move can erase years of profit. We saw this recently, the Ghanaian Cedi, the Nigerian Naira. Currencies lost significant value in a matter of months. That was not a glitch. That was repricing. And repricing is what transition looks like. To understand why this is happening, you need to understand the petrodollar. Circa 1970, global oil trade was settled primarily in the US dollars. If you wanted energy, you needed dollars. This created permanent global demand for the currency. Demand supports value, and value supports stability. That system is now fragmenting. China is buying oil in Yuan, India is settling in rupees, and bilateral trade is replacing dollar clearing. This does not mean the dollar disappears. What it rather means is that demand becomes less predictable. And when demand becomes unpredictable, volatility rises. If your life savings, your balance sheet, or your company treasury assumes dollar stability by default, that assumption now carries risk. Not ideological risk, liquidity risk. So, what's the alternative? It's not fantasy, it's not rebellion, it is infrastructure. One example is PAPSS, the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System. A Ghanaian business pays in cedis, a Kenyan supplier receives shillings. No dollar intermediary. Now, this reduces friction, of course, it reduces FX leakage, and at scale, it saves the continent billions annually. But PAPSS is not a solution by itself. It is a tool. It is a signal of possibilities. If your bank is not integrated, it doesn't help you. If your contracts are still dollar locked, it does not help you. If your treasury strategy hasn't changed, it does not help you. Infrastructure without strategy is just plumbing. So here's the playbook African executives must understand. First, invoicing. To the best of your ability, stop defaulting to a single currency. Negotiate baskets. Share currency risk instead of absorbing it. Second, assets. Liquidity should not live entirely in paper, in land, in gold, in strategic infrastructure. Assets that do not evaporate during repricing. Third, debt. Never take dollar-denominated debt against local currency revenue. This is not sophistication. This is how companies die during devaluation cycles. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You cannot eat sovereignty. You cannot pay staff with slogans, and you cannot hedge political narratives. In a currency transition, the winners are not the loudest. They are the people that are most prepared. The ones that understand liquidity, they understand exposure, and they move before volatility forces their hand. The world is fragmenting. The rules are changing. Those who treat this as a celebration will learn the hard way. Those who treat this as a risk management problem will survive.